Welcome back to Turn 5. Another beautiful day
in the glorious sun of Minnesota.
The sun of Minnesota.
I'm already being awkward, guys. I'm sorry.
We literally just started this and you're already going on and on about the sun of... What does that even mean?
I don't know!
Alright, anyways, today we're super excited. We got a 2020 Golf GTI SE.
And guess what? Little secret, it's got a manual.
So we're going to talk about this a little bit, but you can either get a 7-speed DSG or the beloved 6-speed manual. This one we went with a 6-speed manual, and I have to tell you, without ruining any surprises, it is far more fun and engaging than the DSG.
It is 100% far more engaging and fun than the DSG. That's from a previous DSG owner to a manual owner.
If you do not understand hot hatches, you're not going to understand this car. But for the money, it punches way above its weight class.
It's got all the niceties that above its weight class has. It can keep up with the cars that are above its weight class. It's just...
And the options you get in the safety features are astounding.
Like, look how big that sunroof is.
Are you ready for a couple of Doug DeMuro's quirks and features?
I am.
All right, here's the first one I found is very interesting. So you see on the 2020, you got these LED daytime running lights. What are those ones?
Those are the fog lights.
Fog lights. Thank you. I needed a little bit extra help there. To change those, it is super simple. You just unlock that little porthole and you can change it right there.
Ha, you said porthole.
I mean, I kind of like a sailor. Arr, mate. Arr. The other thing that's super awesome, and I hope that they don't change this, especially on the cusp of the 2021s coming out, is how you open up the rear hatch.
It's just amazing.
Is it wonderful?
It's wonderful. Wonderful.
Speaking of which, you can definitely fit a Tyler in there.
Is it a Tyler test?
It's a Tyler test.
All right.
I mean, it's a little tight.
Oh, that's with this thing installed.
But if you were to fold down the seats with the 60-40 split, you could fit 2, maybe 3 Tylers in there.
For sure.
All right, and then when we close this hatch, like always, we'll show you the backup camera in there, but it's nicely hidden inside of that latch. I hope that they never change that.
Me too.
Now go ahead and show them the third coolest quirk and feature, Doug DeMuro style.
All right, so when you lock the car, you click right here, right? It locks it. Well, my windows are down. So now I just hold it and everything shuts.
So now it's not going to rain.
And guess what? I don't have to worry about my car getting wet or anybody jumping into it and stealing all the stuff in it.
You want to know what was right behind you?
A Jeep.
A Jeep. Hop in the Jeep.
Jeep.
All right, that was stupid.
Yeah.
The styling, I can't get over the styling on this. Now, here's what people are going to ask. Do you get wait for the Mark 8 or do you get one of the last Mark 7s? Now, I don't want to spoil the surprise, but this isn't a loaner car from VW of Duluth. This is your new daily driver.
Yes.
So we went...
my daily.
We went...
It's my precious daily.
We went with the 2020 versus waiting for the 2021.
Yeah.
Mostly because of I like the styling. It's like when the newest GTI comes out, the old model to me looks better.
Me too.
So
I think this one looks better than the 21, in my opinion. And they're offering deals on them, guys.
And the interior on this is very classic Mark 7 GTI, where the new one is a little bit futuristic, more like along the lines with the new ID that's coming out.
Yes.
And one of the benefits of buying a last year model, all the quirks have been
worked out. There isn't anything that's weird about the car that isn't specifically there.
Not to say that in 2021 they're going to have any quirks that aren't really figured out, because it's German. Das gut.
Das gut.
But we went with the 2020, and I think that, like Tyler said, with all the incentives right now, if you can pick up a last year Mark 7, I would definitely go for it.
You need a manual though. That's gonna be my sticking point. That's the one you get.
One of the downfalls of Jay Cooke State Park when the leaves are changing
Is it's really busy.
The nice thing is you get to shift a lot.
Is that nice when you're not shifting in like a performance situation?
Yeah, let's call it yes.
Okay.
So let's talk about price. The
All right.
2020 Golf GTI, you get 3 trim levels. You have an S, you have an SE, and then you have the Autobahn.
Yep.
The S is coming in at a starting price of $28,595. So you can get a GTI for under $30,000,
That sounds pretty good.
which comparative to all of the other cars in the segment isn't the cheapest by any means. But for what you get, it is the best deal.
It's pretty nice on the inside for that price.
If you bump up to the SE, which is what we have here,
Yes.
you're looking at a base price of $32,195.
That's not that bad.
Still not bad, and for the difference, we will go through that, but you get
a lot.
more than your money's worth.
Yes, for sure.
And if you wanted to bump into the Autobahn, you're looking at $36,495. Now that price jump, I'm not confident that it's worth every penny.
Yeah, I'm not confident either.
I think for the viewers, bumping from an S to an SE, easy value for money. SE to Autobahn, yeah, I don't know.
One thing nice though is all those trim levels are optionable to have a manual.
Yes. So you either get a 6-speed manual or a 7-speed DSG.
Yes.
And we know that the DSG is more than capable. It's super fun.
It is.
But there's just something about a manual.
It's raw and engaging. It's wonderful.
Can I say, you like that?
I know, I love
word.
that word. Only in Jay Cooke though.
So obviously our vote is the 6-speed manual. You have owned a 2017 GTI with the DSG.
And that was only a 6-speed DSG because it was a Mark 7, not a Mark 7.5.
But it's fun, it's quick, it's snappy.
Yes.
It's really up to the user's preference, but I would definitely go with the 6-speed manual.
I would
if you
too.
can. Speaking of the manual, there is one issue that I have with it, and it could just be getting used to it. I feel like there is something going on with the flywheel as you shift from first to second.
Or even like second to third. Like, oh wait, I screwed that one up hard. I keep screwing this one up. So we'll downshift.
I don't know if you're the one to give advice on manual driving.
Let's hope someone goes slow up ahead and I can show them a first second shift. Woo!
Is
That's
a
a Maserati.
And a nice C7. Okay, so the benefit of Jay Cooke State Park in the fall,
You can see a Maserati.
you can see a Maserati. So there is the problem with the first 2-second shift.
Yeah.
It takes forever for the RPMs to come down, and that is the only downfall so far of the 6-speed manual.
But there is an upside to it. You have all the torque in the world for second gear.
Absolutely true. As we're winding through these roads with probably the population of
All of Duluth.
in Jay Cooke, let's talk for 1 second about safety.
Safety.
With all 3 trims, the S, the SE, and the Autobahn, you get some pretty fantastic standard safety features. With every one, you get front assist, which is emergency alert and braking.
Mm-hmm.
You get blind spot.
Okay.
You get cross traffic alert.
What's cross traffic alert?
You know when traffic crosses?
Oh,
That's the alert.
okay.
I'm not really sure what it is, but you get it.
You also get like that distance one, whatever that one is, when you're following people.
Yes. Now onto the lights.
The S gets
Halogen lights.
Yep, halogen.
And then if you bump up to the SE and the Autobahn, they both get adaptive LED headlights.
Yep.
And that's one of the biggest reasons, if I'm really being honest, why I would jump into the SE as opposed to the S.
Yeah.
Is you can see
the night sky.
Yes.
You light up the night sky.
And if you're not sure what the adaptive bless you.
Thank you.
If you're not sure what the adaptive lights are, that means that they articulate left and right based upon your steering input, and they actually go up and down as well.
Yes, I don't know how it knows to go up and down, but it does.
It's German. It's Volkswagen.
Volkswagen.
It's the people's car, for crying out loud.
And it gives you plenty of Farfennugen. For all you guys that don't know what that is, that's the joy of driving a car spiritedly in German. I think it's actually a made-up word.
Well, I think you Farfennugen to go get some schnitzel.
Is it?
That's what you do.
Oh. Okay.
Schnitzel is
it's a food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For a minute, let's talk horsepower. One thing that we harp on many cars for, this does the same thing. Whether you have the S, the SE, or the Autobahn, you get the same powertrain. You get a 2-liter turbo engine.
Yep.
228 horsepower. 268, I believe, 58, 68.
258.
258 or 68
or 56.
Turn 5 math.
Turn 5 math is the correct answer.
Pound-feet of torque.
Yes.
I wish that maybe you'd get a little horsepower increase, which could be done by a little tuning.
Yeah.
On each model, but it's an excellent engine, an excellent powertrain.
It's significantly more than a Mark 7 without the performance pack. The Mark 7.5, they all have the performance pack, which causes them to all have the 228 horsepower. And you can definitely tell that there's a power increase. I don't know how they made 18 horsepower feel so much, but they did it.
So since this is probably the most boring Jay Cook drive we have ever taken in our entire lives,
we figured we'll talk about the interior.
On the S, you get the nice plaid interior.
Yep.
Cloth seats. It's really nice. I mean, if you want to see what that looks like in practical application, you can look at our 2017 GTI video.
Yep.
It's a really unique interior. It's super fun. It even has heated seats. All 3 trims have heated seats. So the S, you get the plaid cloth seats. If you bump up to the SE, which is what this one is, you get the leather seats. And also the Autobahn has leather seats as well. Bolstering is the same on all 3 of them. These seats really hold you together.
They do.
Especially when you're going 10 miles an hour around corners like this.
Did you say the Autobahn also has leather seats?
I don't know. My seat is holding me so tightly as I'm going 10 miles an hour around a corner. I'm trying not to fall out.
So the Autobahn has leather seats, and it can be optioned with the plaid seats, whatever you choose. So that is a benefit of the Autobahn. If you wanted all the niceties of the SE, but you wanted the plaid seats, you could get the Autobahn with the plaid seats. But I don't think I've ever seen one optioned with the plaid seats.
Having had both of them, which would you choose?
I like the leather. It holds you snugly in the seat. It doesn't let you slide, I mean.
I agree, and it's not the leatherette that most Volkswagens are known for. It is real
leather.
Real German leather. Or Italian, or
Bulgarian.
Chinese, or Bulgarian, or I don't know.
It comes from somewhere. This is another turn 5 question.
Do you like the golf ball
Yes.
shifter?
Yes, 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 yes. I love it. It's perfectly textured as you have it in your hand and you want to shift. It feels so perfect. And the only complaint I have with it, actually, is the little ring in it is actual aluminum. So it surprised me, and it hurt me one day because the sun had been beating on it, and I went and put my hand on it knowing the bottom portion of the shift knob is aluminum also. I made sure to only grab the ball, and it hurt.
I always knew you were a bit of a baby.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. Also, to start the car, on an S, you got the old-fashioned flip key, turning the key. Bump up to the SE and the Autobahn, you get the push-button start.
Yep, and it's very nice because then you also have the locking feature on the door handle to just run your finger across, and it locks the door, and you just stick your hand in the handle and it unlocks.
The last interior factoid that we have...
Factoid?
Very turn 5.
Okay.
That we have not mentioned is the panoramic sunroof.
I don't think it's panoramic. It doesn't go any farther back. But it is a sunroof.
As far as turn 5 is concerned, it's more panoramic than the S.
Oh yeah, it is, very much so.
So with the S, you do not get the sunroof.
Nope.
Bump up into the SE and the Autobahn, you get the
sunroof.
The sunroof.
Interestingly, this is the shade you can pull over it, so if you ever wanted to have the sunroof open and the shade closed, you could. I've tested it.
While we are downshifting as people going to the Rue Ridge, not a paid advertisement, corn maze, is the clutch feel. And the first to second shift, I haven't figured out how to make that smooth yet.
Yeah, it's not very easy to make it smooth.
But the clutch feel is almost non-existent.
Yes.
So you just have to practice and practice and practice, and then it becomes just very simple and smooth like butter.
You have to learn where the engagement point is, not by feel or hearing it, or just, it's just muscle memory is what this becomes.
It is. Overall though, this car is absolutely fantastic.
And you know what's even better about it?
It's yours?
It's mine, and the performance package compared to the Mark 7. The Mark 7.5, every single one comes with the performance package, which is signified by the red GTI on the back of it. It says it's red lettering rather than silver. And
the GTI letters on the front calipers.
Yep. And they're bigger brakes. It's got the VAQ limited slip differential.
All three? All three trims?
All three trims.
With the Autobahn getting...
You get adaptive suspension. I don't know what the technical term for it is, but it has
as far as turn 5, that's pretty gosh darn good.
Yeah, it's got comfort, normal, and sport for the adaptive suspension, which I don't know if I would use it that much because I'd probably just put it in sport and leave it. So I'm okay without it.
For the money, between the three trims, the SE to me makes the most sense. If you're gonna bump into the Autobahn, I think I would almost rather go into the R. Spend a little bit
more and get the R. Yep, exactly. For me, if I was looking at it again, I would always get the leather interior. I just love it so far. It's real leather, which Volkswagen doesn't offer in many of their products, so it makes you feel special.
Oh, you should give them a clip of the tractor.
There's a tractor?
There is a tractor.
Oh my gosh!
It could actually almost keep up with all the cars going on Jay Cook today.
I'm sure it could. I don't think it's a question. I think it just would. But there's a tractor. Look at that tractor. Tractor. Sorry, I got a little excited about the tractor there, guys.
As far as mid $30,000 cars go, a GTI is the answer.
It really is. If you want something that isn't an SUV, that gets good gas mileage.
Even if you want an SUV,
this can do everything.
If you're looking at a Tiguan, and I'll tell you, I love Tiguans, we own one of them. If you don't need to be off the ground, this can probably do everything that you need in that smaller crossover SUV segment. And it can tow the same, maybe. I don't know. Probably not. Let's not cut that out, but let's cut that out. I think what you're saying is it's just about as practical as a smaller SUV. Yep. And way more fun. Yes. You know why it's more fun?
Why?
I would show you if a car was not right in front of us. Well, you do not get that sound
In a Tiguan.
in the Tiguan.
Or that pole. Or just the sheer smiles per mile.
Miles per mile, that's our motto, buddy.
Yep.
All right, well, I hope that this somewhat helped your decision in buying a hot hatch, waiting for the 2021,
I hope you just,
upgrading from a 19.
or you just liked watching us.
Either way, thank you very much for tuning in, listening to some of our stupidity.
Lots of stupidity.
Lots, especially with you today. But the good news is, I think for the most part, you stopped killing the car.
Yeah. If you didn't see it, last video I did stall it the first time I tried to pull away in it. It was pretty brutal.
Funny for the people in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
All right, awkward high five, buddy.
Woo!
Thank you very much for tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
And then the like button. And then check out our other videos.
Take care, you guys. Till next time.